Everybody gets an inspiration point for Snail Escape because it was very, very funny and I enjoyed it. Hello, Cowens. It is me, Little Cat, and your friends. With this game, I can't remember the name of Immortal Part 1. Anyway, in session 37, the gang continues to potter about in the office, finding that some traps lead nowhere and an inordinate amount of security features that unlocks a secret room that has a mundane alarm system. The alarm system calls some guards in along with the infamous General Basul, whom they promptly turned into a snail and absconded away, leaving a gaggle of other folks behind. Depositing the snail in a secure confinement, their debrief leaves Ethis, who is found hiding her identity as a person of noble standing to the team, livid, and tasks them on a mission of taking down the rot in the circle. But first, they must sequester their families to a safe location if those people are willing. But before everything that happens, we return with Gunlaug and Valerius wanting clarification from Ethis before leaving. Thankfully, they still find her in her office, but the door is locked, and there's loud talking from inside, which does not bode well. You recognize one of the voices. I don't think I can set up a transfer gate from the portal to the sanctuary that fast. There's so much to do, and how many people? You recognize that voice to be of the custodian, Kuln, the big round cat.
Ah, right.
A voice of a man that you've never heard of before speaks up. What makes you think this is a good idea? You've been brash and you've never heeded protocol. What part of clandestine do you not understand? Then you hear Ethis. I understand your frustration, but the door suddenly opens and a small human child with a pixie-cut silvery hair. She's wearing a white dress. She looks up and she smiles to both of you. To Gunlog, you see her suddenly conjure a small white flower and passes it to you before leaving. Her face was strangely serene, very friendly.
I'm sharing a look with Gunlog and like gesturing at the door is like,
I am so
wow.
suspicious of this child immediately.
I can see the look of suspicion. It's like, well, let's focus on the task at hand. Do you want to go in now or do you want to wait? I don't think we have the
um,
luxury of waiting.
as you sort of
When
look at
when
this,
people will see the child going off and go like, that would be the dangerous one.
you look into the room and you see Colin the custodian. The man's voice belongs to a large man. He's got very dark skin and thick dreads. He sits opposite on a chair opposite Ethis, and you don't see his face. He doesn't turn around to acknowledge you at all, directly anyway. And you hear his voice again, going, "Your subordinates are rudely interrupting. It seems," Ethis says, "that we have approval with or without your consent. Nathaniel, if you would excuse me." Ethis looks at you and she walks out the room, closes the door, looks at everyone again, and she goes, "All of you look like you have a lot of questions."
Got that right. I'll look at Gunlog first and it's like, and gesture to Ethis. Do you want to start?
She's waiting.
You go ahead, Val.
Valerius or not? All right. We had some questions on the nature of one of a particular sentence you said. I quote, and Valerius pulls out his tablet. He's like, as I scroll up the chat to find out what the fuck I quoted, please hold.
Something authority, something.
Something that I'm fairly certain you know what I'm talking about.
She looks at you and she thinks back. She's like, recording things is actually a good habit of yours. I do remember saying that.
Yeah, about that. So is this an overt or covert operation? Because the
She
way you worded it, it sounds like you're gonna give us a badge and we'll be knighted or something.
she looks at you and she's like, she steeples her hands, and she's very small compared to all of you, like very, very tiny. And she goes, "Which part of Aegis being secret. Haven't you figured that out yet?
Oh no, we're very much aware that Aegis operates within the dark as a covert entity. My question
We
was that
speak only of ages.
was that directed at me or at this?
Wendigo is speaking this out loud because you are outside the place, in the corridors.
Did we lose Cat? We did.
I think we lost Cat. I think she found food.
I think she may have crap. Where is that thing? We understand that we're
Oh, she's
working
back.
underneath. Okay, we understand that we're working under Aegis, yes. But you said under the house of crap. I cannot find that message.
It's understood. She understands what you're trying to say, and she's like,
Okay.
for expediency, she looks at you. She's like, I understand what you're trying to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I may have spoken too excitedly,
I see. So carry on
but
with our
that
normal
doesn't
operations
mean
then.
I will not save your ass if all of you were to get in trouble inside the city. And then she looks at Gunlug. That's the reason why I need you to give me some time to prepare all of this. Which reminds me, how many people are we talking about? Because Colm needs a number before he can prepare the houses and the teleportation. And it's a lot. It's a lot. If we're bringing in for safety reasons, and I highly suggest you do,
Well, I will be bringing in 5, assuming any of them wants to come with me.
he nods.
Mm. 5 or 6, maybe.
Give me the total rundown. Should I be
I
preparing a space for 30, 20?
Well, I think we probably need to talk to Morgana about that, honestly.
Turns to Morgana.
She raises an eyebrow. She's like, Morgana?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, because I have an orphanage, so
Yeah,
I
if
think
I'm not
I think
mistaken, you have a lot of orphanages.
yeah, but I think the one we need to focus on is the one like closest to here. The my or like my first one at least. That's the
Right,
closest one to me anyway.
right. So you want to bring everybody in the orphanage to the sanctuary.
Either that or we move them somewhere else.
I mean, we can fit them in the sanctuary, but I need numbers.
Um, the last I recalled was around 27.
Mostly children? Right, 27. So I'll be asking Colin to she opens the door a little bit and she's like, Colin, can you come here? Thanks. And then you see this tubby cat just waddle out. Hi.
Valerius wordlessly hands Cole and Sheila with a muffled thank you.
Oh, do you still want to use it? You can.
I'll look at I'll look at I'll look at Cone and I'll look at the tool. Like the visible want is there, and he slowly grabs it back and says, I'll get you another box of chocolates. And puts it back into the holster.
He smiles. Well, if I heard correctly, you're going to be doing something that's more important than whatever I'm doing here, which is mostly preparing things. And break, a lot of things break. A lot of
That
so
is
much.
important.
Don't shell yourself short. Without your preparation, we won't be able to do much things.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask how many?
Valerius pulls out his tablet and he types in the calculator.
Like
He puts in
27
5.
plus 5 plus 6.
5 or
Wait,
6.
we
That's
having
is
I
it?
have
Ben also how much?
21.
1. So it's like 6, 6, 12, 12 plus 27 equals to 39.
1.
1. 40.
We could do that. We can definitely do that. Okay. And then he sort of waddles back into the room and closes the door. Ethis looks at all of you. Right, any more questions? You have to go, and I have to prepare to make
Yes,
sure you don't get into more trouble if they find you.
Right.
Like, the information that you've got for me is really good. The problem is, I have to make sure it doesn't tie back here.
Copy that.
So, as far as we're concerned, you're independent operators who gave me that information as one of the heads of the houses. Because you're concerned citizens, right? She winks.
Sure.
Yes, of course.
This is a bit of a stretch.
I have a
Okay.
question. Does the Aegis have any operators within the Carrera prisons?
Things. I have to check. Usually we don't have jurisdictions in prisons and stuff.
As if we operate under jurisdiction to begin with?
I don't know. I really have to check. We
Okay.
tend to not delve into the intricacies of countries and how they choose to chastise their people for crimes.
Roar specifically, then, if that helps.
Right. Anything specific? She looks at you as if she knows something.
Who do you need sprung?
Do you think Ursa Corpus can get into prisons? They probably run them, right?
She shakes her head. My gut instinct is to say no. But as we've seen,
Mm.
honestly, at this point, who knows?
Seems
But
like good recruitment grounds.
Can Valerius weigh in on this, considering he's lived in Bra and he's probably aware of what sort of military forces are in Bra itself, right?
you can make me a history check.
Do I get
Um,
advantage?
I'm gonna give me a reason.
Well, basically because Valerius has worked trained some time in the city of Bra as a ranger, as a scout under the Black Tusk. I'm fairly certain at some point he would have asked, like, okay, so what kind of forces do we have here in the future and whatnot? But beyond that, I don't think he would have any express knowledge of prison guards, but he can give knowledge on military forces, perhaps. Fairly certain they'll be the same people guarding the thing, I hope.
Sure, good enough. Advantage.
Okay.
Well,
Thank
you
God.
need that.
Thank God.
that that one though.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'm just gonna give you guys the photo of the flower that you get. And just because. Anybody with nature proficiency?
The flower is just a good
I
luck,
have
right?
nature
It's just a good luck,
proficiency.
but it's not something that you guys cannot
Oh, it's
not
nice.
see. It's
So
very
when
pretty.
people
Share
will
it to
eye it
everyone.
as if it's a
Um,
death note.
Okay,
This is
okay.
poisonous.
It looks like a wildflower we get in spring in Norway.
Hey. Okay, so who has nature proficiency?
I have
Both.
nature proficiency.
Okay. Bosk, you know that this is called a pennywort or Hepatica nobilis. Anybody with history proficiency or
Also
is
have
from high
Wait, when you
society.
say proficiency, what number is that?
It is
as
on
long as you have
the
like a tick next to
yeah.
it. I
Tick.
also have history.
I have
Oh, I have
history
nature
too.
then.
Nature.
I
But
rolled a third.
you don't have to roll for this. It just
Oh.
exists in your brain.
Oh
okay.
yes, free knowledge.
So
the best.
everybody who has his nature proficiency knows this as a pennywort flower. Anybody with a history proficiency knows that this particular flower, if given to you, means confidence and trust.
I look at Gunlog that's holding the flower and I
what
give her a
culture
nod of
is that from?
respect.
Slug has
It's
no idea, by the way.
exactly. So technically, this is like a white people stuff. Like generally, if people give you this flower, it means they trust you and they have confidence in your abilities.
Was the child a white person?
The child is sort of tanned with olive-ish skin, but mostly like silver hair. Very, very strange coloration on a child.
Yes. Like random character gener.
Yes, wonderful. But,
I will
you know,
explain to Gunlog that in some cultures, the gift of this flower signifies trust. Have you met this child?
No? Fuck?
Perhaps it's a
Uh,
coincidence then.
right.
okay.
Anyhow,
Um,
prisons, right.
Valerius, with your role, you know that the
Mhm.
prison system tends to be very harsh in this country.
Okay.
It is somewhere in Locklear. There's
Oh, it's in
one
Locklear.
main prison, and it's hidden somewhere in Locklear because one, they don't want people escaping. Two, they don't want any random recruitments. And three, nobody wants to live there. It's cold.
I
You
look
have
at
heard
Hmm.
that these prisoners are put to work. You don't know what kind of work. It could be just community service. And the guards that take care of the prison grounds are very well trained and are a select few. And before they sort of become prison guards, they go through psychological evaluation, they go through emotional training, all sorts of stuff. Like they are very good at their jobs. And you only know this because one of your friends or classmates has applied to and got
Failed.
rejected.
Okay, I will speak up, and it's like Valerius says that I doubt the Ursa Corpus can get within a prison. You're referring to the one in Locklear, right? The guards there are among the best of the best that Korea has to offer. I don't think anyone, including the Ursa Corpus, has any influence on them.
Really, they're in Locklear, which is populated pretty much by, you know, the military led by the fucking slug in that cell.
I'll give Gunlog a very distinctive look. Gunlog, I'm not trying to be sassy or anything, but trust me on this.
You can also let her know that Locklear is not just under the barracks. It's also the Ice Root School,
Yeah,
which
I
takes
will.
care of the area. So it's like a
I will.
together thing.
I shall point this out as well. You know, there's also this, whatever Shah just said.
Yeah, as if any fucking system that exists here is not rotten to the fucking core.
Athis nods. I understand your concern. I will look to how they operate. I do have trust in them, though.
Thanks.
It's the people outside that I don't.
Yeah, good
Anyway,
enough.
she looks at Morgana. How many people can you transfer with your magic?
Me?
She nods. I'm assuming
Uh,
that's your plan, right? Unless you want to wait an hour for me to find you someone.
wait.
Click on this. Let's see. I think it's as many run.
Any creature that enters.
Yeah.
Doesn't
We
say
will.
how many.
So there's technically no limit.
Yeah,
Everyone
it
needs to
remains
like.
open until the end of your next turn. So if everybody goes in before next turn, everybody goes in.
Okay.
So you can,
Okay.
cast it again after 10 minutes, right?
Out of character, do you have the spell slots?
I do.
Okay.
I have one.
Yeah.
We have
Cast
40
it one
people that
time,
they have to
and
sort of
it's.
We got
run
40
through.
people, but we can ritual cast it, can't we?
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not ritual. It's not ritual.
No?
Can you
Should
just like make a slide for all the kids?
I don't know if we can do 40 people in one go in 6 seconds.
Okay, hear me out. As a DM, I will totally allow you to make a spiritual weapon in the shape of a slide.
Okay. I don't have the spell slots for that, though.
Damn it.
It's okay.
Damn it.
Like, they just need to be like standing on top of just fireman's pole.
Well, you're just
Can't we like D door and then like just open it right on top of the teleportation circle and just drop everybody in?
D-door takes one person
One
with you.
person.
Also,
Mhm.
there's fall damage, and that might hurt children.
Yeah, a little.
Kids,
One
kids have
damage
like 4
kills a
hit
peasant.
points,
Children bounds.
Okay, never mind.
maybe less.
They are
Okay.
not heroes. They don't have our hit points.
Exactly.
They will
So she
die.
looks at all of
No,
you.
technically,
What?
all I need is 4 hours though. I don't need full 8 hours. Can I just nap?
She shrugs.
You can.
It's entirely
You
up to you.
you can send a batch of people through and then rest and then send the rest
Hmm.
if you do you
Yeah.
need to send all of them?
Well,
Pick
mine's
your favorites.
Pick your favorites.
Ethics
mine's
is just watching this
27,
happen.
and the 27 is like 24 kids and 3 adults. Alternatively, I take all the kids first and adults fend for themselves until the next time. Which is not very nice too. Then who's gonna take care of 24 kids?
Wendigo just looks at Ethis. They're all going to be wiped, right?
Well, here's the thing. We're not gonna wipe them all, considering there's 40 of them. It will take a while. They're just gonna be put into like a hotel area. You remember the area
The
with the
village.
houses, the village exactly, but they're not gonna be coming into contact here at all. We're going to do a special teleport. So when you sort of ping the circle that we have that you usually come in, they will appear in the village.
Oh,
So you can just say it's a fun family holiday or something.
We're wasting time.
She nods. If you have no other questions, I have to deal with Nathaniel. Congratulations on making Colton like you. I gotta go.
Hmm.
And then
That's
she goes back into the room, closes the door, and you hear a lock. And then you hear more screaming.
makes sense.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Back.
Bring us
To
the brawl.
Bror.
Okay.
Do we have a circle in Bror?
Yeah, you do. You have access to the main circle that you teleported to Eflon Minor with.
Do we need to explain ourselves? Pop up. Just
Nah, you have the card thingy.
We have passports.
The passports. Fancy. Basically, if you appear in Bror, it's like understood. It's like, oh yeah, it's chill. Plus, where you're landing is directly inside a place where you cannot cast spells anyway, or else the police will come down on you hard.
Police smack you like no magic bad.
No magic. Did you want prestidigitation? No prestidigitation. You
Good.
stinky forever.
I'll turn to Gunlaw and confirm with her. Okay, just run it by me again. Where are we meeting after we gather everyone up?
I assume the orphan.
Right.
That
That
way
sounds good.
Morgana won't have to move 30 people.
Move 30 odd people.
Perfect.
All right. Shall we go?
Does anyone else have anything else to
Uh,
prepare before we...
no, can I just like technically if I open the thing
Hmm?
and then I just walk away, wouldn't it just remain open?
No,
No.
because it
No.
will
6 seconds.
close after,
One
like,
round.
yeah.
So 6
Yeah.
seconds. It will remain open. You have to throw everybody within 6 seconds.
Yes. So basically, if they have 30 movement speed, as long as they're within,
30 feet.
60 feet because of
Oh,
dash,
yeah, right.
they can make it to the circle.
As long as
Okay.
they pass through without crashing into each other, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
So I think it might be possible. We might have to draw it on a map
You can draw it in your
and
usual
figure it out.
scribble place. I believe that
Need
you
a grid.
can.
Have
Let
just
me
like
turn
an
on the grid.
empty.
Where is the grid? Hello?
Whatever it is, it might involve use of some tables for people to stand on / be under,
Uh-huh.
but it should be possible with
Yes.
planning.
Yeah. I
Should
think
be possible.
I think you should be able to. Like 40 is a feasible number.
Yeah. They need to leg it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess some like special individuals, like anyone with cunning action, can be a bit be
Okay.
last.
You have your grids to do your math.
Ah, there we
And are we doing anything before? Otherwise, I'm just gonna say you're in Brar.
I think does anyone have
Morgana
things to do
will
before hitting?
Morgana will tell send ascending first because Morgana didn't send ascending yet.
Mm.
She will send ascending. Tell everybody get ready. And
Yeah, we've done
make
that
sure the
already.
sleepy
Oh,
ones are
yeah,
like
no, we haven't
Wait.
done the
awake.
orphanage. Sorry.
One by one.
I didn't hear what she said either.
So I was about to say we already done that, but I didn't do it for the orphanage. So I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I interrupted you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Morgana does ascending. Any specific instructions? Because the sending that you give to your manager, best friend, office wife. What
Yeah,
is it
Um,
about?
do you tell them
Um,
we're going on
Prepare-
a holiday?
prepare the kids. I'm coming to get y'all in what 30 minutes? 30 minutes.
Yep, doable. You get a response back, and it sounds like confusion. She's like, "Oh, okay. All of the okay. Yeah. See you in 30."
The orphanage needs to be fumigated
It's
a week.
They're going on holiday to the Bahamas. All of you get ready. You have prepared all your things. You roughly know what you're supposed to do. Morgana, you're gonna cast the spell to get to Brar, yes?
Wait. I cast the spell in teleportation circle.
Yes.
So after that, I go back when I reach there, I need to cast again.
So you need the spell to go, or you have to wait 1 hour for Ethis to figure out how to get you there.
Okay, because I only have enough spell slot for one time.
Oh,
I go, I can't come back.
Right.
okay. Looks like we're waiting an hour.
Well, let's go there, and then we can sort things out. Well,
Oh, Ida, you're.
I
I
know, we all
hear-
go into the city and then I take a 4-hour nap.
You don't need to. Do you still have your arcane recovery?
I think she used it already. Wait,
Um,
did she?
no,
No, we had no
think so.
time to rest.
I don't
and-
think we short rested.
No, who
No.
takes 1 hour in the middle of the enemy base to rest?
Yeah, we didn't have time to short rest. Yeah, so you can get it back. It's a 5th level spell,
If
right?
anything,
Telecircle.
could she not have rested while we were waiting for the? I mean, the lady is no longer a slug, so it's been an hour, right?
Mhm.
We've been debriefing.
No. But the thing is, I think she only has a maximum of 1 slot, so she has to use it before she can get it back.
no,
Okay.
I got 2.
Oh, okay. Well, then over the course of
It's
an
it's
hour, you
definitely
could have gotten
been
it back.
more than an hour, and Morgana hasn't done anything strenuous. Were you doing exercise? No, right? Then
No,
yeah,
it's
you
everybody.
can use your arcane recovery.
Yeah, Wendigo also just short rest to full because I think he took a beating.
Mm-hmm. Okay, anybody who needs to short rest would have done so during the wait, because all you did was talk.
Wait, short rest is how long?
1 hour.
And I get back how many?
You get back up to half of your wizard level, rounded
Half
up
of
in spell slots.
my wizard level
Yes.
is 5.
Yeah, so you have 5 levels worth of spell slots that you gain, which
Okay, but
can be any
either 5
combination
ones or
of
1
spell
5.
slot.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
so
long as they're level 5 or below. Like even if
No.
you're higher level, you cannot recover your 6th and above spell slots with.
understand. Okay, that means I go back to
So you have
4.
exactly 2.
Okay. Okay, that's
Okay.
good. So you don't have to wait for Ethis, who is in the office right now and having a screaming match with Nathaniel, whoever he is. And you cast the spell, and all of you appear inside the hall with the big circle, flanked by several guards who look at you with general boredom. They're also looking to see if you've got stuff on you. And then one of them nods to just generally and points to your weapons.
Valerius stows his shield into the pouch of holding and
Wendigo is
deactivate his armor.
Wendigo is unarmed and unarmored.
They just see a dapper bugbear. But the rest
Yeah.
of you have weapons, right?
Yeah.
I've
What
got a
is the
light crossbow
procedure
that's
here?
stowed.
Mm-hmm.
Put them.
I
Just
have
just
my
hide
armor
them.
on.
Put them in the bag.
Yeah,
Wear
sure.
a coat.
Mhm.
Anything. Be three kobolds in a trench
That, I
coat.
suppose. Yes.
They just don't want to see it. No open carry in this town.
All I
That's
have is wings.
That is not a weapon unless you choose to hit someone with it. Which please don't.
She opens her wings at a
Wing.
weird time and puts an eye out.
Oh my god, it's like it's if you are a girl with long hair and you flip your hair and there's somebody in line waiting behind you. I don't feel bad at all. Anyway,
Lol.
as soon as you stow away your weapons and all of you look safe, they let you out, and you now find yourself in Bror, in the center, climate controlled. I'm
Ah.
going to start because we're picking friends with Wendigo. Just because we like starting with you. Tell us what you do to get ready and who you bring. It's easy enough, and you'll find yourself back at Gunlug's home quickly.
Wendigo just looks at the others. Errands. Meet later. And he sprints off.
He just
It's
books it.
just like there he goes. Okay, when you book it, just give me like a short gist of what happens. You don't have to tell anything um particularly informative if you're trying to be secretive, just for narrative purposes.
Wendigo will sprint for Alfred's speakeasy, in which he will enter, take the same seat as he did before, the same drink as before, and leave a letter with Alfred and catch up on any updates.
Alfred
After-
reads. Continue.
Okay, if there's a response, I'll wait for it here, and he's seeing there's any updates.
Oh, okay. He gives you as much updates as you care to pry from him in return. After he reads the casual letter, you also see him immediately douse that letter in some alcohol and then set it on fire before throwing it in the bin. He nods at you in acknowledgement, information received, and then goes business as usual.
Right. Wendigo will also ask him for a favor to have a sending or some form of fast message ahead to a certain establishment known as the Violet Swan.
He nods. That is done for you free of charge as a long and respectable member of the speakeasy.
This in particular is to a Lily and asking her to pack her bags because there are troublesome things coming, and no one likes trouble. Lie low for a while.
He lets you know that the message has been received. Whoever Lily is will be waiting for you.
And lastly, let me just check this. I don't think we had okay, we had the money. No, the only place that sells anything here is the Imogens, right?
Yes. Do you guys have anything from Imogen that you're waiting on?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, that's you gotta go say hello.
I know.
I don't
Enough
think
time
it's
has
been
passed for it to be ready.
like it's been barely, it's not even been a day. It's like barely 6 hours.
Okay, I've not
What?
sorted out yet who grabbed money anywhere, but Wendigo grabbed the safe, and it was full of like more money. If it hasn't been passed out yet, he'll go to Imogen's.
Okay. I'm gonna assume all of you dealt
Time
with
to
the money.
spend the general's money. Yes, yes.
Don't worry, nobody will know it's from the general.
Redistribution of wealth.
He will he will inquire with Imogen as to whether she has a well, essentially he's looking for boots of elven kind, except boots don't work with him.
She looks at you and she's like, "Well, we have this thing. It's technically boots, but it's more like it looks like boots. It just doesn't have a heel. And considering," she looks at your feet. Considering your feet are kind of gonna eat into any boots anyway. Um, sure. And technically, since it's a magical item, DM needs to check something really quick. Boots of Elf Mankin 5e. I need to see if it's
It's uncommon.
it's
It's uncommon is
uncut.
what you gave Gunlaug as
Oh.
an opening starting.
Okay, no, I
Yeah.
was checking to see if it is attunement. It is not attunement.
Yeah.
And then she looks at your feet and she goes, you sir have very big feet. Yeah, follow me. And then she walks you to a place with mirrors at the bottom for your feet and some chairs. And then there's a whole rack of various kinds of shoes and gauntlets for feet, which I can't remember, like boots and shit. And then there is special shoe-like items for people who cannot wear shoes, like hoof covers. And then she points to one particular hoof cover. She's like, it's not really a boot per se, but we usually have this for centaurs who come in and be like, I would like shoes.
In a bit of a hurry.
Right. Here. And then she shows you like a half sock of elven kind, I guess. You can say that.
Foot gloves.
Foot gloves, yes.
Ankle bracers. Okay, cool.
All right. Wendigo will ask for the price.
Right. The price is DM has to look for the page. Cause I forgot. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't also help that my nose itches right now. Like,
Nose
it's
itch.
so annoying. I don't even know why.
Someone's thinking of you.
Who? What do they want?
It's me.
Oh, stop it! Stop thinking of me. Stop thinking of me right now. The cost is 400 gold pieces. She looks at you. She's like, it's a bit pricey because
Wendigo puts down 40 platinum.
Oh,
No.
oh.
Because
Right.
we all found like exactly 5 bags of 100 PP each, so assuming that goes around. Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, sure. Take your pick. There's a pink one, a blue one, a purple one, a black one, a white one.
He'll take one that blends in with his fur color best.
Bright pink.
Brown.
No, there is a black one. Well, Do you need me to package it up, or do you want to wear it here? So she points to
Here.
the mirror. Oh, okay, I'll
Wendy's
leave
like,
you
I'll wear
alone.
them out.
She takes the 40 plats and then she goes to the register. Do you want a receipt? Because we can do receipts.
Mm.
I don't know what that means. I'm gonna say yes.
And he just waves at her and makes his leave.
Okay.
Then
She
he'll go to his other engagement.
okay. You reach there quickly. You've been there many, many times. You know which roads lead to it, and this is, not different to any other day you would go to visit her. And she is waiting in front, with a little bag, and she's very confused. She sees you, and she waves, and her little voice rings out. She's like, "Yeah, what exactly am I doing here? Why am I waiting?"
Good to see you again.
As the same. I have packed my little luggage, but that is all. I'm assuming this is a very short trip.
Safety
Little,
precautions.
little way. Did you bring some kind of car?
He will look to see like for the transport arranged.
There is some waiting carts in general in the vicinity. And you can see her sort of impatiently looking at any particular one.
Wendigo takes the fastest looking one.
Make me a perception roll for Hoss.
The one that's
22.
got the speed
Horse.
the lines on it.
Yeah, it's got red painted at the side,
Flame
and
decals.
what is it, like RGB lighting under the hoof? It's got lighting under the carriage. Yeah, you find the best one. It is also very, very fancy. You pay the man. She goes in. She looks.
Wendigo helps her in, closes the door, gets in with her, and he will begin a long discussion as they go. And I'll be happy to move on to other people.
Okay. You have a conversation. Eventually, both of you reach Goodlog's mom's house. We will go next to Bosk.
Wendy doesn't know where Gunlag's mom lives.
I'm assuming you tell them
If
where you want to meet up.
Gunlock
Agreed
didn't
to
say
meet
that,
at
then
the
he'll go to the
orphanage.
duck instead.
One by one.
Yeah.
Sorry. Goodlog.
I
If
thought
he
we
wasn't
agreed
told,
to meet at the orphanage. I thought.
fine. Then
Orphanage?
Wendigo asks them to bring him to the loudest building there.
Okay. Orphanage it is. Busk, who are you fetching and how?
Heading over to the clinic. We'll get Norm.
Um,
Just
you
show
don't
up the
you
bag.
you don't need a perception check to see that your buddy here has packed more than one too many bags. And it's not even bags, it's like rucksacks full of mushrooms. You know it's mushrooms. Because it's weird shaped.
As I can see.
And then he's just standing there, happy as a clam.
Can
And
he
he's
actually
going,
carry all of them?
you assume that the time that
He's a
since you
small
told him
guy. Yes.
and him waiting, it's just an accumulation of things as he waited. You don't
Okay.
think he can
I
carry
look at
more
him
than
and
one.
I look at the bags and I'm like, how many of those can you actually carry?
I can carry this one, and then he picks up like a backpack sized, like the child's backpack.
Yes.
Um,
Is that
I mean they're all technically important, and I know you said don't bring all of the mushrooms, but you took kind of a long time, so I kind of brought all of the mushrooms.
all right, I'm gonna help you close up. I look at the bags of mushrooms. Aside from that little backpack, which is your second,
he sort of happily jumps to a nicer rucksack kind of thing, and then he opens it up and he's like, "Well, this backpack has mushrooms and my toothbrush and some snacks. This one has a medical book and the thing you gave to me, which is over here." And he just, starts explaining what's in the bag. Essentially, it's his loved items.
So we take that one, and then I tell him that I'll get him another toothbrush. So I will
Okay,
take that bag, and he can. Or actually, he can just take his toothbrush and put it into his little children's backpack that he carry.
I
And
can
then
put my
we,
toothbrush in my pocket too.
yes, that works too. And
Also,
then we will
technically.
take a stroll to
Oh, okay.
the
We're
orphanage. We're going on a little trip.
orphanage. Are you trying to sell
Yes.
me?
No,
I mean, it's
can't
not the
sell.
first time. You've never tried to sell me, so I understand. Eventually, you reach the orphanage. Um, at that point, Wendigo is not there yet. We'll go to.
Goodness. For a moment, I thought you said you're going to sell mushrooms to the orphanage.
No.
Oh,
Um, Morgana, you have many orphanages scattered about and are under your family's trust. But this particular one is special to you. Why? Why is it so important that you bring these 27 kids? I mean, 24 kids and 3 adults.
I think cat ERV toilet.
No.
So
Okay, well, we'll come back to Cat eventually.
yeah.
Good luck. What do? You find yourself at the good house with the good mom and the good friends?
Yes. I run the air. Have everyone arrived at this point?
Yep, nobody's missing, but everyone seems very wary. They look at you, and although they don't say anything, you know they would like some answers.
Oh, thank God you're all here.
Uh,
We I've fucked up. We have to go. It's not safe here for any of you. And
there's a raised eyebrow on the goblin, and then I
I
forgot the
promise I will explain as I look at my mom.
she does not look pleased. She has also packed 2 waffle irons, and she's sort of carrying one as if she's about to hit someone with it, like a baseball bat. Like if anybody tries to do anything funny, that waffle iron will go flying. Well, whatever it is, where would you have us go?
Come with me, and we'll meet up with some friends of mine, and I'll show you.
She nods. Um, your mom goes up to you and just curls her arm around yours in solidarity, and then she whispers to you, "Whatever it is, we're here for you."
Okay. I have a lot I'm gonna need to tell you, and
I will let you do anything. You're my daughter,
right, yes. Well,
but your friends.
for now we gotta go.
Okay. Your 4 other friends sort of shuffle behind alongside. They're barely carrying anything. All of you have lived here with not much. You
Yeah,
don't expect them to
I
carry.
give Tanner one of the waffle irons.
Tanner looks at the waffle iron and just appreciates it before putting it on his back, where you also find several other weapons, mostly bludgeoning.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll just like nod to everyone, like meet their eyes and give them a nod. Be like I've fucked up here,
Okay, make me
kind of look.
an insight check with advantage because you know them.
Okay.
29,
29.
natural 20. You've known them long enough to see that this is the face they give you, where they may not like it, but you have never let them down. So they trust you.
Okay.
In the face of Max, there is not even a question. Whatever you want, boss, is the kind of face that you see.
Yeah, I'll squeeze Max's shoulder quickly as we go.
Finally, well, not finally, we'll do Valerius last. Is Morgana back?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a lot of orphanages everywhere in Bror, and one maybe outside of Bror somewhere. Why is this one so special?
Because this is the one that I named after my parents. This is the one that started it all. This is the one that gave me a purpose to keep going on.
No, so cute. The your main manager, what's her name?
What's the name I like? Min.
Mint?
Min. Minn.
Oh, Min.
They're all M names, right?
They're all M names. In before, Min looks at you. All the children are buttoned down. If they need to wear a tie, they have a tie. Shined shoes. They all have their little, like canteens that they bring, full of food. You assume from Min, and they all have a little backpack as well. And they're ready. They're lined. There's 24 of them, so they're in groups of 8. Like, there's a row of 3 with 8 kids, and they're so neatly structured, and they're not complaining, but they look bored. Min looks at you. Miss Waters, exactly what kind of trip are we going on? Is there something I should know? Should I lock everything down? Are we gonna be away for a while?
You should lock everything down. We're just gonna go away for a bit to just give the children some time out. Not time out, time off to see some other places. That's about it. Nothing to
like-
worry about. Just lock it up.
Oh, okay. She goes to the kids. We're gonna go on a field trip. I know none of you have actually done that outside of Bror. We've been to the botanicals once. Timmy, get the finger out of your nose. Stop it. Anyway, be good kids, and Miss Waters will give us all a treat. Isn't that fun? And then you see like this cacophonous sound of kids just going, yeah, yeah, no, I need a nap. No. And it just devolves. Because children. She turns back to you and she's like, well, we're ready as we'll ever be. Are we waiting for people? Anyone else?
Is everybody else gathered or?
No.
Don't think so.
Gunlog is
because
not there yet.
Probably arrive there first.
You see Bosk arrive there first with a tiny kobold who is about as small as the children. Bosk, you have to keep the tiny kobold away from the children
Yes.
because
just
he
saying,
will give them
hey,
mushrooms.
Don't let the kids play with the mushrooms. Some of them are dangerous. You understand this?
Oh,
Yes.
nobody told
I need
me.
to talk to you for a moment. I drag him aside, and then I
Okay.
talk to him about ranger things. How
Okay.
I think that if I extract the something from this particular mushroom, I'll be able to see in the dark.
Oh. Yeah, do you need some more? I think which one is it? And then he brings out the backpack with all his love stuff and he buries his head in it. Is it the pink one? Or the glow in the dark one?
It might have been the pink one here. We'll go over there in case you attract attention.
Oh, that's
And then
true.
I wave to Morgana and I point to like some corner somewhere to indicate that I will be there, my little dragon.
Morgana nods.
You see a little kobold head still buried and sort of shuffling, following the sound of your voice. Morgana, you look at the kids, and the kids look like they're about to attack the tiny kobold.
Morgana claps her hand. Okay, now kids, let's all stay in line. We'll be going soon.
Morgana, you know that Gunlog should be around shortly. You're not sure about uh, Wendigo
Yes.
and Valerius. We're gonna take a hard pause. Valerius, lucky last.
Hmm.
How do you feel after hearing from Gunlog? And this is several hours ago that Erin had respectfully declined the invitation to be saved.
You know that meme of that little gopher thing that screams at the mountain range? Yeah, that.
Okay. You find yourself in the city. Your friends have moved to do their own thing. You are now alone in front of a fountain.
How far is Riker HQ from this place?
5 minutes walk.
I sprint.
You get there in 2 minutes. It
Bust
is
in-
the middle of the night. There is a light where the reception is,
Oh,
but
it's the
there's no
middle of the night.
receptionist.
Oh no. Valeria's just like, is there any security around? Does anyone stop me?
No, there's security, but they see you and they recognize you.
I look at them and I give them the look of, I'm gonna do something, you're not gonna like it, but don't try to stop me. And he jumps behind the receptionist counter and very quickly gives himself access to Aaron's floor and Master Unkyong's floor.
Okay, before you do that, I need you to make me a like a bodily persuasion check.
It's kind of hard considering my persuasion score is a +1.
Do it with your dexterity.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Just
So
add.
that becomes 6. I'm gonna. Yeah, that becomes a 15, but I'm going to use my last and final charge of whatchamacallit, Flash of Genius, to turn that to a 20.
Okay. What you see is these two guards. They're sort of moving near each other. One of them stands. The other one keeps moving. And the one that just stands there to watch you shines a flashlight towards your direction, just to see what you're doing. But they don't interrupt.
All right, I very quickly unhook my little LCD screen from my chest and flash it under the other LCD screen to give myself access. And then I run towards the nearest elevator or whatever door that leads upstairs.
Okay, easy enough. You've given yourself access to all the things that you need.
I first make my way to Master Unkyong's room, assuming he's there.
Master Ukyong is not there.
Okay.
You think that habitually, if he's not there, he's at home.
All right. Erin's place then.
You quickly look for Erin, and you find her hunched down in front of a magnifying glass kind of contraption. It has multiple glass things. She doesn't realize you're here.
I very quickly briskly walk towards her, and before I actually grab her, I actually semi yell out her name first so she doesn't get startled over again. It's like, Erin.
She is semi startled because it's the middle of the night. She looks at you and she's shocked. What are you doing here?
I got a friend to send you a message to say that you needed to pack and leave, and you didn't say what I thought you would.
I know. I said no. I have a lot of work to do. Make me a perception check.
Okay. 26.
26. You see her eyes, they have heavy bags under it. She looks like she hasn't slept for maybe a day and a half. Like she's been awake for 36 hours. But this is not the first time she's done that. You've done it too.
I mean, that's fine, but Valerius walks over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to continue first?
This check also has you looking at the surface, trying to ascertain what she's working on. And you see a piece of paper. Just really quickly, it looks suspicious, but because it's a mere glance, you cannot ascertain any more than this unless you decide to do an investigation check.
All right, I'll walk up to her and say, Erin, please, we have to go right now.
We don't have to go anywhere. I have a lot of work to do, and this is good for my career.
Erin, please, if you just listen to me for a moment, we have to go. This can wait, all right?
This can't wait. This is on a due date. I have people to report to.
Erin, if you don't come with me right now, there's not going to be a due date to meet.
What are you talking about? You can't just tell me something like that without telling me the details.
I've been gone for a long time, and I've been working under, let's just say, some people that looks out for the betterment of Bora and Kreia as a whole. We have uncovered some information that is pretty damning to a certain group of people in power, and it seems it has painted a large target on my back. And it
Make me an
seems
insight
that-
check.
Sure. Valeria is not good at insight.
Yeah, okay. I continue talking.
It's like, and it seems that target has extended way past my back and onto yours and some other people in Rikers as well.
You see her furrow her brows. At the same time, using your 26 perception, you see her move some papers aside, away from your view. And you see her sort of take a step back and breathe a calming sigh to herself. You've seen her do this before when she's speaking to clients who are unruly and not listening to her. Okay. I'm sure the target on my back isn't that big of a problem, because if it's on my back, it's on Rikers.
It's on Rikers. It doesn't mean anything. These people, you don't know what they're capable of. They have the resources, they have the manpower, they have the technique, the skill to break into Rikers and get you specifically, anyone, if they want to.
Make me
Please,
another. Good.
Sure.
Sorry.
Okay. He steps a bit closer and he pulls down his collar a bit to reveal the reverse lip open. He's like, please, if this means anything to you, just come with me. We can finish your work where we're going. We have the facilities in place for you to continue any sort of work. But here it's not safe. We need to go.
Make me another insight check.
Okay. Oh, much better.
You see a look on her that you have not seen in a really long time. The day that she almost burned down a tree at the botanical gardens, somebody had to report that. She told whoever it was that it wasn't her. You backed her up on this, but it's one of the few times you saw her lie. It's also one of the few times she actively hid something.
I actually saw her move the papers, right?
Yep.
I'll look up to her plain and simple as I see this look cross over her face, and it's like, wait, is someone threatening you?
She looks at you, raises an eyebrow. Nobody's threatening me.
I heard you stutter. Are you sure? I'll walk up to her and grab her wrist and put my thumb on her pulse point. Are you sure?
Make me a medicine check.
This is something I do in real life. I don't think.
I know. It's like,
Oh,
5.
I shall inspo this.
Okay.
Here we go again. God damn it!
Oh, double no for you. You assume the worst already. So what you feel?
Actually, before I continue with this,
Mhm.
can I clarify something a bit further? This is not really more for me to figure out whether her heart skips a beat or not, but it's the act of like telling her, showing her that I can tell whether she's lying or not, to see if anything crosses her face.
Yep. That may as well be true for you. She feels you grab her hand. She doesn't actively revolt against that, but you do see that she's angry. And she goes, "You you never understand. You don't understand. You don't know what it means to be not a Rikers and have work to get recognition. Not everyone gets to squander their life purpose to go run around playing hero."
I give Erin a look of shock because I'm fairly certain she remembers why I left Rikers, and he looks at her. He's like, "Yes, I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand what it's like to be not Rikers. Okay, people have been telling this me my entire life. My dad, my mom, all of the new colleagues I've been working with. But I do know this: if you don't come with me right now, if I can't guarantee you won't see the light of the next day. Aaron, please, I can't do this without you. Please."
You have a hand on hers as you try to check the pulse, but you also feel her hand relax. You feel her hand slowly slip out of your grip, and you feel the ring that you give to her also slip out. The hand is wrestled away from you, but the ring isn't. She looks at you. "I love you more than anything. But if I leave, I'll never finish this.
I
I
look
need
at
to
her. It's
finish
like,
this.
what are you working on?
I can't tell you.
Why not? It's me.
You can't tell me what you're doing.
I am going to tell you as soon as you come with me.
Why can't you tell me now? I'm doing
Because
something that will..."
look, I don't make the rules, okay? The people that I work for are very explicit. I cannot tell them what I'm working as long as I'm not in there, and he does air quotations, headquarters.
Well, I can't tell anyone what I'm doing because I'm under... I have a contract.
Valerius
And look,
looks over
this
at her
project is important to me.
with the look of utmost incredulity, and he's like, "You are weighing your life, our future together, over a contract?"
Make me another insight check.
Okay, let's see. And
You just see her eyes dilate with anger, and she goes, "It's not just the contract, Valerius, it's my career. You know that I've been stuck in this place for the past 20 years. You've been growing up, beautiful child. I've been stuck here in the dust. I've been trying to get my own work published, and finally, when it does, I'm asked to be taken away from it. You know your parents don't trust me. You know that I, if I marry you, will be nothing more than a trophy wife who will live much longer than you will. And you know that the only reason that I'll be in this family is to bear you an heir. So where in this story do I get my happy ending? Do I get my recognition? You're saying as
Oh.
if I can't take care of myself.
I'll give her a look as she responds to this, and I'll address the latest thing she said first, and I'll hold up the ring. Recognition. Recognition, you say. And okay, just to clarify, out of character real quick, she didn't actually take off the ring, right?
No, it slipped out.
Okay.
We'll call it kismet. We'll call it the universe being shitty again.
I very slowly reach for her hand. Does she let me take her hand?
Yeah, she does.
Okay. And I move my finger around the little ring that she's wearing, and I hold it up to her eye level. It's like, I don't know whose recognition you're looking for, but this is mine to you. And I'm gonna protect this for as long as I can. Okay? And then he looks back down, it's like, and regarding whether you can protect yourself, I know you can. But what I do know is that if you're outnumbered 20-1, there is nothing you can do to defend yourself.
Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh boy. I'm kind of
I wouldn't
pissed that I do not have
Flash
Flash of Genius anymore. Fuck. That's a
What's it?
9.
Yeah, okay, it's not a 1.
It's not a 1, but it might as well be.
Yeah, use my inspiration and let him reroll.
Hey, thank you. I
I feel for
Thank you. Oh!
Okay,
19.
it's much better. Why are you coming up with doubles? That's what I want to know.
I have no idea. Don't
Because you
ask
just
me.
wasted that natural 20. And it's like, ah. Okay, 19 is much better. You see her more receptive. You also see that she's kind of surprised that the ring is not on her hand.
She's like, oh shit.
Like, how did that? Fine. She goes, I know you want to protect me. I know you know I can protect myself. Here's the thing. If I leave, there's a chance that I will not be able to work in this project again. And in Rikers again.
Aaron, I give her a look and it's like, Aaron, I still wear this badge. I still have the tattoos, but I'm not Rikers anymore. Nobody here really treats me like a Riker anymore. And I don't care. I will throw everything away just to keep you and the people I care about safe. And
I don't think
if
you
you
understand.
no,
I
you
cannot
don't.
throw everything away.
Look, I'm. He takes a breath and he's like, he steps back for a moment. He raises his hands to his temple. He's like, I have not been around lately. I have not seen you go through the trials and tribulations that you have went through to get here, and I'm sorry I've missed every moment of that. The position you've earned here is something I'm really proud of. And then he this is her office, right?
Mm-hmm.
I reach over to her desk and turn the plaque on her table that says whatever position she's holding.
Mm-hmm.
What position is it actually?
She is she's not chief of R&D. She's like the section head of R&D, like one of the 5 or 6 under the chief.
Then I turn around back to Aaron's like, these are all great accomplishments. And I'm so proud of you for getting where you are now. But please, what would you have to show if you don't make it to see it to see the next day?
Make me an inside check.
Okay. Why are you making me roll the bad things?
It's you're talking to another human being. It's good. Okay. She's holding back something. Something that you feel you need to dig.
Okay, I'm gonna go all out here. So I basically look at her as like, okay, look, what I said is true. Rikers, it's not home for me anymore. What I do at this point, no matter what I say to anyone, I'm starting to believe even you won't listen to me anymore, will have no bearing. It will hold no weight. But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I'm going to leave the rest of y'all here to face the music of to face the music of the actions I've committed. And I don't say this lightly, but what I did was for the good of Kreia. Sure, I left under selfish reasons, but what I'm doing now doesn't extend to just me or Rikers or Bror, Elflon Minor, Chaston, Locklear. Everyone's in danger. But the first person they'll be coming after is you. And if you have to throw away your job at Rikers so that you can live, I'm also willing to do something. And then he first pulls off the LCD screen from his chest and shatters it on the ground. And before Aaron can think of doing anything, he rolls up his sleeve and pulls out a dagger from his boot and slashes an X through the Riker tattoo on his shoulder.
She's shook. She's fiddling with her the ring that is back on her hand.
I don't care if I have to leave everything I know behind, but please, I'm not going to leave you.
You don't have to make a roll for this. I will give this heartfelt explanation. Also, self-flagellation. You're in the real world. Don't do this.
Yes, very much so. Please don't do
Do
what
not.
Valeria said. That is stupid.
Do this. I will put a pass, like a tick next to things that you have to persuade Erin with.
Mm-hmm.
She is silent. She looks at you.
I'm going to continue.
Go ahead.
I look at her as like, I don't know what the future holds for us. Okay, I can't even guarantee we can stop what is going to transpire. What I do know is if we should be able to see the next dawn, I will walk with you hand in hand towards whatever future does bring us. And I will support you and give all the recognition you could ever want to prove a point that I love you. And I'm not going to let you be collateral damage in what I've set in motion.
I'm going to make a roll.
Okay. I am
Ew.
concerned.
At her disadvantage, because I will let you know that she really loves her job. And this is a big step. And I'm gonna roll it without hiding.
Okay. Oh no, is the good number bad? Is the high number bad or
Wait,
good?
why is it 2d100? Sorry. Salah. Hit.
Lol.
That would be a 5.
Is that good or bad?
She continues fiddling with her ring.
Okay, I'll continue the pitch. Remember that person that I talked about? Imogen and her father, the one that created the wheelchair.
She nods.
We don't need Rikers to make our mark upon the world. We'll start our own company. We'll start our own business, whatever you want to call it. We'll call it something under your name. Because one thing that you have shown me throughout all my years is that no matter what happens, I can never have gotten where I am now without you by my side. And if I have to turn every stone, every country apart just to tell the world how much that means to me, let it be so. But please, We have to go.
You see her move towards the papers that she pushed away from you. You see her pick them up, tidy them, put them in the folder. You see her fold that folder, and it feels like it takes an ungodly amount of time. I need you to make me the last insight check as she puts those papers in the bin.
15.
And what you see on her is not sadness, it's guilt. The bin is the kind that chews paper, turns it into mulch, so that whatever is in those papers, nobody can read them. She keeps her head down as she walks towards you, and then she nods.
Valerius gives her a short hug. While hugging her, reaches over to a box of tissues on her desk and grabs a few and jabs it into into his tattoo, and very silently leads her towards the lift.
When you let her go, aside from blood that is on your sleeves, there's also tears, hers. But she follows you. The trip back.
Oh no. We're not going back to the orphanage just yet.
Yeah, but the trip back to the main floor was quiet, and it's going to continuously be quiet.
Okay. I now have another person to convince.
Okay, go for it.
But first, I hail down the cab and I tell the cab driver to take her back to her house, wait for her to pack her things, and take her to this address. And he gives the address of the orphanage.
You are met with "Are you sure?" Because
I
the
put-
address is like in a janky area, and she seems fine. And then he sees your bleedingness,
Arm.
and then he takes out like a med kit that people have in their glove boxes. It's just got gauze and alcohol, and then he passes
very-
it to you, and he goes,
How
"Yeah,
much would
sure."
All right. How much is
Um,
the fare usually?
He looks at the problem. The problem being all of you wanting to go to the slums, and he goes, "I'll do it for 3 gold. You can make an insight check if you feel like it, if you want to haggle."
Valerius reaches into his pouch of holding and pulls out 5 gold and puts it on the driver's side. He's like, "Keep her safe." I gotta
Okay,
go.
he takes it, and they're off. You're now alone again with more questions than anything, I think.
Yeah, a lot of questions. But first, Master Unkyok's house. How far is it?
It's near enough.
Okay, I sprint.
You get there, and before you even step into the vicinity of the front door, you already feel the warmth and the love of the wonderful family.
Are they still awake? They're not, right?
Well, the children aren't, but you see a soft light sort of flickering inside, and you sort of ascertain that it might be the reading nook. Master Ukyong might not be reading, though. It might be his wife.
Okay. I'm assuming I have a key to his house, right?
You do not.
I do not have a key. Okay, I bang on the door.
Immediately, you see that flicker harder as the wind from somebody getting up off the chair rushes towards the front door, and you hear, "Who is it?
It's me. It's Valerius. Please open the door."
Oh dear." You see the door open, and the person that meets you is this. Hang on,
What is her name?
I need to reach a partner.
I know.
You see
this lady.
Vernus. Vernus Stonecutter.
I look at
she's
Vernus like,
she's a dwarf woman. And she's very homely, and she's sort of got glasses hanging off her nose. Is quite aged, just as Master Ukyonk is. She goes, "Oh, what do you? It's a bit late."
I'm sorry for the sudden visit, but I have some important news. Please round up your children, pack your things. We need to go.
All right. I'll wake up Ukyonk. Why don't you have a seat? I have some spare tea while we You know what? Why don't you help?
Yes, Valerius like helps himself to the tea before he realizes, wait, we shouldn't be wasting time on this.
She looks at you. No, I don't mean the tea. Get the boys.
Oh yeah, yes, of course. And Valerius rushes up the stairs. It's like, kids,
She just
it's
looks
Uncle
at you
Valerius.
like-
We gotta go.
She just looks at you like, that's not what I meant. But okay, sure, enjoy your tea. You see her disappear into the master bedroom where you assume Okyonk is sleeping. You go into the little boy's room. There are 2 tiny beds.
Okay, I open the door and I like, instead of like urgently rapping the door, I like softly nods like, kids, it's Uncle Valerius. You need to wake up.
You see one of the beds, there is a small dwarven child sprawled akimbo, legs all over the place, snoring. And then you see the other bed where a cocoon has formed over as soon as you said it's Uncle Valerius.
Mm-hmm.
You know this child is awake, but this child doesn't want to get up. And they're pretending to sleep.
Valerius sighs and he's like, I will make you a new animatronic horse.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Oh,
You needed that advantage, otherwise the
Yes.
kid would have gone back to sleep. You see the cocoon slowly move out of the way as 2 bright blue eyes. It's kind of illuminated in this room with the kids' nightlight because they
Mhm.
scared of the dark. Like really bright blue eyes look at you, huge. An animatronic
yes,
horse.
yes, very much so. And Valerius like rushes to the cupboard and pulls out, hopefully, a briefcase.
On the other bed, you hear.
Please wake up your brother. We're leaving. We're going on a road trip.
Oh, okay. Then you see one brother sort of wake the other one up. Hey, wake up. Hey.
Valerius packs like 5 sets of clothes for each kid.
Rick. And then you see Rick, the one sleeping, just like fling his arm, cutter style, across to whack his brother.
Valerius
Ow!
sighs. He's like, all right, hold on. And it's like he clasps the whatchamacallit, the briefcase closed. He's like slings it over his back. He's like, all right, Rick, we're going on a road trip. He picks him up with what's it called, blankets and all.
You now have a child draped under your arm and another one that's holding on to your pants.
All right, children, let's
Leading
go.
them out.
And brings them to the living room and just waits for Master Ukiok.
The Hick. I know it's Hick and Rick. Don't at me. Don't at me. They're
Okay.
twins.
I'm not adding
It's
at you.
rubbing his eyes. I don't know what's going on.
like, "Oh,
Daddy.
No, it's fine. We're just going on a road trip. And
Uh,
Valerius tries his best to not smudge the kid with the blood on his shoulder.
You see Master Ukyonk frailly hobble down the stairs. He's packed, but he's not clothed like he's going out. They're packed, but they're still in like pajamas, house slippers.
All right, I basically like, okay, everyone's here. Good, we gotta go.
One moment. What's going on?
Walks over to Master Ukiok and kind of like puts a headset into his ears, like, there's a target painted on my back and your family's back. I'm taking you somewhere safe.
How long is this going to take?
You can see Valerius like, despite the stressedness, the urgency of the situation, just gives his master a coy smile and a shrug of his shoulders. It's like, I don't know, man, you tell me. All right, let's go. And Valerius like walks out the door and screams at the top of his lung, taxi!
One eyebrow, like bushy eyebrow raise, and then you see him reach into his pocket for a sending stone, and you hear him say, "Marsha, hold all my meetings for 4 days. I'll be back soon."
On Fridays.
Well, if we're going somewhere, I just want to make it a holiday.
It's like, yeah, that's right. See, kids, your dad's on board with you. Going on a road trip.
You're still holding on to like a limp body of a child who's still asleep, and the other one
did I-
is the
did I
other
wake
one
you
is
up?
like holding on to you for dear life. Don't know what's going on. It's dark. It's nighttime. I am sleep time.
It is sleep time, and somebody just screamed right next to his ear.
Yeah, that kid is like, you know, children when you wake them up, they're just like, I don't know what's going on, but sure, this might be a dream. You get into the taxi, and it
Mhm.
brings you to the correct location. Eventually, everybody appears in front of Morgana, including the children, who are now a little bit more rowdy. They're not in neat lines anymore. They're having their snack when they're supposed to save their snack for later. There's a chocolate snack pack being shoved into somebody else's face, and another finger in another nose. Somebody's eating glue. Everybody finds themselves together now in this orphanage. It's quiet. It's dark. Everybody's tired. Morgana, you know now is the time to arrange everybody to quickly shove them into a portal. How are you guys doing this? You have everybody on hand.
Um,
For logistics.
I think everybody stand like in circle, like in lines, like around the circle. Like you know, like when you're a kid and you draw the sun rays, you know, with the lines out of the circle.
Oh
Okay,
my god,
okay, you do that.
are we gonna trust fall into the portal?
I don't know.
Everyone-
Just
People going in.
just in case, you
If
see
everyone can run 30 in one round, if you all just circle around it, that should be plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you see Min pick up the smallest child with the tiniest legs and carries them and goes,
Maybe all the adults carry one kid. Be faster.
You say that, and she looks at you with like an
Probably
approved,
strangers.
that's what I was thinking.
Maybe if you're strong, carry 3.
Everybody looks at Wendigo.
Wendigo is looking at 24 floaties.
We're gonna try.
I mean, by all means, you can carry all 24. We're good to go.
What's the size of the teleportation circle?
It should
It's a
be
10 circle.
Yeah, it's drawn out over
10
here.
foot diameter circles, pretty big.
10-foot diameter circle.
Mm.
Wendigo just say, "Get in the wagon."
wagon.
Okay.
Gonna go yeehaw.
Yeah.
Everybody gathers around, and just everybody just looks around me. Like I say to everybody else, like just make sure everybody's around because we only got one shot. Make sure everybody's here. Nobody's, you know, in the toilet or something.
It's like
Let's
Valerius
roll
look around, like counts, like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everyone's here.
Wendigo only needs the reassurance of the one present by his side and doesn't bother counting anything else. Get in. And he will grab the wagon reins.
Okay. You are pulling a wagon.
Mhm.
All the kids are very excited as they are inside the wagon. The other kids who are being carried are jealous of the wagon. Morgana, you cast the spell. It takes 1 minute. You trace the circle, and immediately the spell lights up, and everybody rushes in. All of you find
Wendigo-
yourself. Oh, sorry, Wendigo.
Yeah, he'll charge in and cover his ears.
Ghana, remember you're going last. That is important.
Yeah, I'll go second
Just in
last.
case anyone gets left out, you know?
The glue eater is in the wagon. It's fine.
Very good. Very good.
As well as Wendigo closes his ears as he runs because there's a loud shriek, mostly of joy. That woke up the child that Valerius is carrying, who is now staring jealously as they run
There are
into
so
the
many
portal.
children.
Oh boy.
There are so many children. All of you find yourselves safe, accounted for, and tired in a courtyard where you see many small cottage type houses appear. It's slightly different from what you remember last time with the Miloshes. These are comfortable. You have chairs. It feels sort of like a community instead of a bunch of individual houses where people don't know each other. There is a barbecue place. It's very comfortable. There is a playground. And there is a very amused expression, like bodily expression, on the once again masked face of Ethis as she sees this torrent of children flooding into the compound.
Help. And Wendigo will bring Lily as far away from all of this as possible.
Valerius grabs the two children under his supervision and is like, okay, is everyone okay?
Oh, Uncle Valerius, you can let me go now.
Okay. It sets down the children.
Um, Rick immediately runs to the rest of the kids. Hick
Ah.
stands near you.
I'll look at Hicks and I was like, go on now. They're good kids. In his mind, he adds, probably.
You see
From
Hick. You
Rick
see Hick
doesn't
sort
know
of.
about the horse.
Oh yes, the horse.
If you knew about the horse, you would be standing next to you too.
Well, Hick hears you, but you also see Hick sort of go behind his mom and shy away from the entire situation.
Yes, I forgot that kid was introverted. Right. Looks at Ethis, waiting for her to say something.
Ethis looks at you with the face of, there are so many children.
I'll give her a nod. It's like, don't worry, they're not mine. They're hers. Points at Morgana.
She looks at Morgana and she's like, look, I know you have a lot of orphanages, but I've never seen so many children in my life.
Morgana's like,
Also-
this was just one orange.
There's 10 more.
I know. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Give me a moment. And then she walks to Gunlug. She's like, what exactly did you tell everyone? Is this like a company trip?
You asking
Weekend
me?
getaway?
Valerius, seeing this, will walk over to Ephes. Do I hear like the snippet of conversation of what they told everyone?
I don't know. Do you?
I mean, as soon as Ephes like breaks off to talk to someone in particular, Valerius is also going to follow.
Okay.
And what's his word for Valerius will walk over and say like, well, I told my fiance close to everything except the ages. The family over there and the kids believe they're on a road trip.
That
I'm going to tell my friends absolutely everything. And I won't let you wipe their minds afterwards.
she looks at Gunlug and she goes, first of all, I know they're your friends, but you can't tell them about Aegis. You can make up your own story, but if they know about Aegis, they're gonna have their mind wiped. I don't make the rules.
Valerius is a little sigh of relief because she didn't told Aaron anything incriminating yet.
Make some shit up.
Right.
Then she breaks away from both of you and she she goes up to one of the houses with like a raised porch. 3 steps up. She clears her voice again. She goes, ahem. Welcome to the annual retreat for this group. I think you called yourself Morgana's Menagerie. Congratulations.
Look at good luck. Did we decide the name?
It fucking works. Look around you.
Pick a house.
Valerius Drugs.
That will be your home for the next 4 days to a week. Enjoy yourself. Food is free, drink is free. Alcohol, if you want like the special stuff, you're gonna have to pay for that. Beer, ale on the house. And then she
We
sees
Club Med up.
good. This is where there's Club Med. We have tennis courts over there, and a pool table over there. We have comedy nights every Wednesdays. She doesn't say that.
Wednesday.
And then she sees Good Mom and she's like, I see you have a waffle iron with you. We have cooking facilities if you feel like it, and any material that you might want to cook with, although we might not have some of the more difficult to get expensive ingredients. However, we can probably try and muster them up if you so wish. Enjoy your stay. You can call me Sally, but don't call me. And then she sort of casually walks away and she's like, okay, are we done here? Also, what's your plan? Also, I don't want to talk about the plan here. What do you guys want to do? I can send you out straight away, but you look kind of tired and worn out. I think you need a rest. I know you're hankering for a fight, but your people are kind of safe now.
Valerius speaks out first, like, perhaps we can discuss this after we've gotten a good night's rest.
You can stay here with your family or you can go back to your rooms. It's up to you. Oh, one more thing. And then she brings out a box. It's full of anklets. For the duration of their stay here, they're gonna have to wear this. It's compulsory, mostly for their safety and so that they don't end up somewhere inside the halls.
How large is this box of?
Yeah, there's like 30 odd people here.
It's 40 anklets. It's a 1 foot by 1 foot box.
It's like one of
Okay.
those bargain bins at the store.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The anklets are just like, it looks like simple metal. Like it's very thin. Like it's maybe 0.5 mm
Okay.
thin.
Valerius takes enough for his people under his supervision. So that's like what? 5? Yeah, 5.
Have a
They're like
rest.
many little like houses type.
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
right?
There's many little houses. Some of them are 2-story, some of them 1-story. It's like a mix and match. But they're all for Gunlog's people. This is the most lush they have been in.
Yes.
Like
By
a
far.
house with heating, and it's not
It's like,
cold.
One whole house for just the
Nani.
5 of us?
Are these plants that just grow? They look like someone takes care of them.
Wait till they find out about the cupboard that produces food.
Oh no.
Does that exist? Anyway, she goes, right, I'm gonna leave that up to you. I seriously just make them wear it. It's not gonna hurt them. It's just gonna keep them safe.
Give thumbs up. Take one for.
Are they all the same size or do they shrink down because some of
Uh,
these people are small?
Do you want to do a check on them? Like some kind of arcana, you artificer check to see if they have magic.
But Valerius is too tired, so he'll just ask if it's like these shrink or grow, do they?
They
Because
do.
some of
Once
these people are small. Okay.
yeah, once you put it on, they'll conform to your body type and make sure it's comfortable. Nobody's
Okay.
gonna die from suffocation from these. Don't worry about it. Don't put it around
Gotcha.
your neck, please, for fuck's sake.
All right, kids, wear these collars.
Okay. Valerius grabs 5 is like, okay, I'm going to make them wear them. But before that, turns to Gunlock. Gunlock, can I get a hue, please? And he rolls up his sleeve to show the gigantic cross he branded himself with.
She's about to say, what the fuck did you do until she sees that it's your Riker's tattoo that you...
Good luck.
Yep.
This
Got through.
I'm gonna say this happened before, but make me an insight check on Erin as they rock up to the
Yes.
orphanage.
Erin comes by herself, and it's like, wait, what?
14. Not great.
Is this where
I'm
Erin's
Valerius
very
told you to
distracted
go?
and worried about having to tell my mom a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
you do see Erin rock up alone and crying.
Oh, yeah, right. She comes alone. She's crying. Have I ever met her?
I don't
Mm.
think Gunlog.
Morgana has met her. I
I've
don't
met
think you.
I've met
You have,
Erin.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
so
met her
so
Not
because of
in game,
work.
but I mean in the time I suppose where she's known Valerius, has she met her?
Because the problem is right.
You made me do a sending to her, so I just assumed I'd met her.
Okay, yeah, that is true. Yes.
yeah,
you have
yeah,
met
I'm
her.
gonna say you've met her.
Yeah, or even if like super briefly, or just
Yeah.
like
You may not know her as a person, but generally when you see women in distress, it kind of freaks you out a little bit.
yeah, I'll herd her into my gang while we're waiting for Val.
Heard her like a cow.
Yeah, move, bitch.
100%, just like kind of like
Move,
move my
bitch.
group a little bit closer, and then like kind of circle around, and just bring her in with that group as like someone like, hey, you know my face, come closer.
Yep, yep. She follows you. She's deathly quiet the entire time. Valerius, she has not come near you since.
I is concerned, but still, do I get the heal? Do her do this goodness?
Yes,
No.
yes, 100%.
You have
When
waived your
please.
healing
She
privileges.
starts yelling at you for a second, and sees exactly what it is that you, and then just shuts the fuck up and gives you a heal immediately with no further comment.
Does it like for story's sake, right? Can we say that the heal leaves a scar over the thing, so it still scars an X
It's my
around the
magic. Surely I can make that happen.
Okay, that's awesome.
For story reasons, why not?
Okay.
We'll talk about what happens if you do that, because those tattoos
There's
do give you some magic.
yeah, there is some
Um,
magic.
for story reasons, we'll have a conversation about that after this game.
Sure.
But you do have tattoos and then like big scars in an X. You are now an X-Men, not copyrighted. Not copy. Very different from the comic book.
Alright. Valerius is gonna give a nod, thanks, and find a house that his people took shelter in.
Okay.
Ethis, did you have any luck? And I'll like just pull her aside a little bit. But did you have any prison contacts?
She looks at you and she goes, I haven't found anything yet. But if things go south, at least, I can tell you that you're working for us. I mean, the Zarahas.
Yes, that's about that. More just, is it possible to just get someone out?
She shakes her head. Once you're in prison for any reason, chances of your escaping are very slim. Very, very slim. Death, even.
Could you at least can you look up and just see if my brother is okay?
She nods. I thought that was what you're getting at. I just wanted you to say it.
Why, you guys know everything.
Well, we have to make checks to make sure you're viable. I mean, we accepted you in the team, but we're never in a million years, not a chance in hell, gonna accept your brother. Hate to say it.
Don't really care. What I'm trying to say is you know everything about me and my team, right?
We know enough.
Recruit them.
They're not good enough.
Then you haven't looked close enough.
She shakes her head. Trust me. They're not. They're good people, though.
We'll turn around and leave.
She takes a look at the horizon just to look at everybody settling in. For some reason, the light inside this particular sanctuary mimics that of Carrera, mimics that of Bror. So there's no confusion as to what time it is now. It's time to sleep. She leaves the area and all of you are left alone, putting little anklets on children and then organizing them into places that they could sleep. Do all of you also take a rest?
Valerius is gonna go find Aaron first.
Erin is sitting at the porch
But
on
before
a
you
chair.
continue, I can wait if anyone else wants to go first because I've taken up a bit too much time.
Wendigo will go with Lily to find the furthest house away from all the nonsense as far as he's concerned, and get her anklet,
Mm-hmm.
but let her decide where she wants to put it on. Then he'll
She
sit down with her.
takes the anklet and she looks at it. She's like, "What is this?"
Security. This place is high security. New job, new boss, good pay, new
She
purpose.
looks at you and she goes, "Duh, I'll put this on, but only because I trust you." And then she puts it on, and you see the anklet sort of shrink to just a bit bigger than her ankle. There's no way it can slip off her. When the time is correct, this will come off.
Yes.
Is there anything else I should know about this place, or just enjoy myself?
Enjoy is good, but you have questions, I give answers that I can.
I haven't had a vacation for a very long time. So this is quite a charming place that you bring me to. Also the children. I haven't seen children in a while. Why am I here?
New boss, new responsibilities, new enemies.
No,
Best to
Wendigo.
lie low.
Why am I here? I am not significant to you, yes?
You are one of few things from past left, few people.
She's gonna make an insight check on you. So 13 plus stuff. I feel like you're not telling me something about this past. I know you enough, but there's something that you're not telling me. Should I push?
Wendigo will pat himself in the suit, shift a little bit, and sit down next to her. You don't see many like me dressed like this.
She nods.
It's not a good life.
I can imagine how you dress, how you carry yourself. You have to remember that some bugbears tend to be a little bit more violent. Not to say I'm not used to it, but you are interesting. Your violence is interesting. She sort of
Thank you.
looks at you with like more of a questioning look, but she's holding back. We are women of the night. This is not unusual for me to be up this late. I also recognize that you are tired. Wherever you've asked me to be, this place is very charming. I think you should get rest. We can stay here. You've found a place that is far enough from the others. Although I personally would like to maybe get to know some of the children, take care of them. They bring a certain joy to life. Don't you think so?
Mm, yes, sensitive.
Nods. Without the screaming, the happiness of children, there's really nothing else to look forward to. It's what all of us uphold, is it not? Not just the advancement of each species, but children bring hope.
I won't hold you from your hope, but I hope to spend some time with you.
She nods. Well, we have a home here for the moment. Come. She opens the door.
Wendigo just follows her.
Anybody else?
Well, Gunlag is probably not going to sleep right away. She has some explaining to do.
Yep. You see. Let me pull up all your friends' names because I can't remember them.
That's okay.
There's so many names. How do people do
There's
this?
Mama, there's Keela, there's Tanner, Max, and Toby.
I think it helps
Yes.
if you make them alphabetic or something.
Okay. Okay. You see Kina pacing. Mama Gun is already asleep because it's late and she's tired. You also see that throughout this whole thing, she has taken everybody's clothes and belongings and put them in the cupboards. The house is neat. Max is just sitting there watching. Toby is looking out the window. Tanner is opening the cupboard that has food in it. And every time he's just pulling out weirder and weirder things, like
Nice.
a sandwich, a foot-long sandwich, a 2-foot-long sandwich. Hine looks at you. I've been quiet long enough. You gotta tell us something. You see Max nod.
Yes. I'll shuffle them into a room that my mom is not sleeping in, so she can just sleep for now. So
Copying what copying what Ben said as Bosk. This cushy place is yours? You never invited us?
well, actually, I think it's yours.
Well, for now. What's up?
So you know what I told you about working with a secret organization who shall not be named.
She nods. You don't have to name them.
So they did something pretty amazing. and we captured the head of the military, who is like one of the worst people doing all the worst shit on the
Uh,
continent, more or less.
Okay, I am going to speak on behalf of the rest of us who did not get a formal education. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know we
Yeah,
have a military.
I'm slowly catching up, yes. So what I didn't know until recently, well, I mean, to no one's fucking surprise, it's rotten. And the people in charge are doing all sorts of shady deals, like people smuggling and drugs and any nasty thing you can think about. And we captured one of their leaders, imprisoned them, and we gotten lots and lots of information, sensitive information. And because of that, they might come after people I care about. So here you are.
You hear you hear Toby speak up from the window. He's moved from the outside window to looking out from the bedroom window that you guys are in. He's just standing there and he says without turning to you, "So, how much trouble are you in?"
I'm not entirely sure. Remember when we took over the South District last year, and they sent those fucking idiot assassin brothers after us?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just say it's much, much, much worse than this. Like a lot. Like, I don't know. It's more or less as if the head of the military has been kidnapped by me, and everyone else in the whole of the military is probably going to want to find us.
He laughs. Look, first of all, thanks for bringing us here. It's not cold. Also, we haven't seen you in ages.
No.
Tanner, who is holding onto 3 sandwiches at this point, and they're all like footlongs, is munching on them. Yeah. Whatever he said.
Go
Kine.
hug them all.
Kine hugs you with like the biggest, warmest hug. And it's second only to your mom.
Thank you.
If you're gonna keep secrets from us, I get it. You know, whole secret organization thing. But
I don't want to keep secrets. I just literally am not allowed to say anything.
no, I'm saying it's fine. But you know, we understand what's going on. Even though we don't.
No, I know. Look, the whole point of this is to give me more influence and give me more power to make things better in the slums. And instead, I've just kind of now started. Well, it seems bigger than that, right? And I don't know if I'm just too far removed from where I started, or if it feels like the cost of this might now be in the slums, right? I've taken you guys out. Who's there now? Did I just let go of everything? I didn't want this, but I can't stop now.
I'm not smart enough to come up with anything insightful to say. That's your mom's job. She's gonna be pissed when she wakes up tomorrow morning.
She doesn't even fucking know about our gang. Like what? I, I'm gonna have to tell her.
She shrugs. She's like, you could always say you won something. I mean, that The short lady did say this is a getaway for. Did they call you Morgana's Menagerie?
It was a
What?
joke, but people took it seriously.
Um, yeah. So I want to hear the story behind that one.
Mm.
And it's kind of true. You guys are sort of a menagerie. You have you, Wendigo,
Ah, Did you
bunch
see
of mushrooms.
Freaking Bosk and her assistant, the mushroom assistant.
Is it okay if I went to cradle the tiny kobold? Because I really want to.
I think you have to ask him first.
Like Tanner's like, I kind of wanna very small. Look, he's smaller than this bread.
Well, you did order a 6-foot sandwich.
We should have one of those in the clubhouse.
Yeah. I don't know how it works, but it's pretty cool. It doesn't do liquor though. I've checked.
Seems kind of, I don't know, I wish it did.
Mm.
Somewhere on this plane of existence, somebody is pouring infinite beer out of the never-ending jug
Ugh.
that can also make mayonnaise.
Nice. But just want to point out that you guys looking way too chill considering I'm about to tell my mom the truth and she's gonna know that you guys are also in the game. So you're dead. We're all dead.
Tobias pipes up, well, first of all, your mom likes me. Second of all, she thinks we should get married, so I think I'm good.
I want to tell her that you're the bad influence that's led us all down this straight path.
He comes towards you and he puts his forehead on yours. And then he looks at you dead in the eyes and he goes, you can try, but we all know she loves me more than you.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's true. And then he kisses you.
Oh.
But he goes back to the window. And then Kina goes, how long are we supposed to be here? The short lady
have
said
no
between 4
idea.
days and a week.
Look, I don't know. And when she says that, I think that's because they're setting up probably somewhere else.
Look, I have never been away from the slums and not patrolling. My
Dude,
legs are starting to shake. I think I'm
this is,
bored.
I'll tell you, this is not even in Carrera anymore. I don't know where we are.
Are you serious? I mean, the moon looks like it's in Carrera.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they've done a magic thing. That's not the real moon.
Fuck,
I think
God.
they made it look like that so you guys would be comfortable.
Fuck. How rich is this place? Should we rob
I
them?
don't know, but I
We
think
rob
he's got
them?
all of the money.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, we won't rob them.
I don't know. No, we are not gonna rob them because, and even if you do, you wouldn't know about it afterwards because they erase your fucking mind.
Is that why you're not telling us?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, I've told you way more than I meant to, so just just, just don't say anything. You know, mum's the word.
She turns around to the rest. You see Max, who is just silent anyway. Like that's his general disposition. You see him zip his mouth, lock it, and throw away the key. Like that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner's not paying attention.
It's okay, he
Tobias
does.
just nods. Like, kidding.
Fuck.
I don't think anybody's gonna believe us. Also, I'm mostly worried about going back to the slums and having our shit taken over.
Yeah, I know. I know.
She
We've
looks at
taken it
you.
once, right? We've taken it once.
We could definitely take it again. If anything, she looks at Tobias and she's like, if anything, at least Toby here can do some training with Tanner. It's gone soft.
Right, he's gone soft.
Look at this. And then she pokes his belly. Like it's a good like ab. It's not fat or anything. He's put on weight.
I've got another friend you could do some training with. That'll be fun.
Who? Which one? So I know your gang, but I don't know your gang. Like I don't know them. Should we start working together? Is that something that we're supposed to do? Also, Bosk, I thought she disappeared.
Yeah, she's back. I'm not 100% sure of the details, or she's told me some stuff and I don't know how much I believe it.
Hang on. She looks at Tanner. Hey Tanner, you said that we can just open up and get some food. Were you thinking of the food? Yeah, I kept on thinking of bigger and bigger sandwiches. And then as he said bigger and bigger, he just points to the different sandwiches that he had, and it just gets bigger. Yeah. Give me a second. She disappears for a while and comes back with 2 mugs of hot cocoa. And she gives one to Gunlag.
Thanks. I'm gonna stay here tonight, absolutely 100% for sure, but I'm gonna have to go again. And I'll be back sporadically. I don't know what we're doing next, but we know about a lot of people now that have done a lot of awful shit that needs to be rectified.
She furrows her brow, raises her mug to her lips, and then sips. You can still see like the wisp of smoke on a hot glass, and then you see her cringe, like, "Oh, I burnt my tongue." Ah, okay, don't do that. Second of all, don't be like your dad. If you say you're gonna go out, make sure you come back.
Give her just the dirtiest look.
Don't worry. I mean, you notice my dad did the same thing.
I know.
Only your dad actually came back.
I mean, I don't know if came back really counts.
She shrugs. Are you having other conversations with any of them, or is this just a random small talk and light info dumping?
Light info dumping in the dog pile sleepover.
Okay. Eventually, sleep takes you. Does anything sit in your mind as you're falling asleep?
Oh, she's worrying about how to tell her mom. A bunch of things. All the things.
What would put you at ease is the fact that your mom is probably getting the best sleep of her life right now. Because the beds are perfect.
Good.
Okay, next person.
I think I can go next. Mine will be quite quick.
Okay.
So, Bosque in Normandy will find one of the houses which has no children in it and take up residence in the basement.
Okay.
Then help him unpack his mushrooms, and then Bosque will put together the serum that she had an idea of.
Normandy is with you like white on rice. Like
Yes.
wherever you go, Normandy is behind you holding random equipment that you need. It feels like it did 5 years ago before you left.
Things are as they should. So, teach him how to use the cupboard for food. Tell him not to waste any. And
Okay, just
see
for
what kind of mushrooms he pulls out of the magic cupboard.
okay, make me a dexterity check. Like
Just a dex check.
let's go with dex save.
Save.
22. You managed to stop Normandy rapidly opening and closing the cupboard and having food
Very
spill out. You don't see any mushrooms that Normandy can produce. you feel like the mushrooms specifically that you have with you that Normandy usually brings with him is is part of his own special ecosystem.
Ah, the cupboard doesn't know about them.
And if there were mushrooms, they're, simple stuff like chanterelles, shiitakes, maitakes, king
This is
mushrooms. There's a
the
lot of
food
mushrooms.
kind, the
They're
normal food
all, yeah,
kind.
they're all edible. You can probably make hot pot.
Ah, very
Normandy is trying so hard to reopen the cupboard because he has a few ideas, but he sees you blocking it. He's like, what else do you want to do with the mushrooms? I can make more. I mean, if we go back, we can bring up all the mushrooms, but if you want me to make more of the mushrooms, it's gonna take some time.
no,
Maybe.
it's okay. Just make yourself at home. You'll be here for a while. Not sure exactly how long.
4 days later, the place is overtaken by
It's
mushrooms.
just
Yes,
mushrooms.
I fully
Oh,
expect
no.
like this particular cottage, like the ages people come and be like, "Yep, we got to burn it down. There's nothing we can do. It's a lost cause." And I'm just gonna be like, sorry, shrug.
um,
My mushroom friend got carried away.
he just makes mushrooms everywhere, man.
Yes, he
Uh,
spawns them as he walks.
you see his tail wag in joy, but you also see that tail where at the very tip of the tail you see mushrooms is slowly depositing spores as it wags.
Yes, this is why we picked a house with no children.
Um, well, I'm kind of tired.
Yes, you should probably have a rest.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Um, I have a meeting in the morning, but I'll introduce you to some nice people you can hang out with while you're.
Oh, can I play with the children?
Um, I will have to speak with their guardians about that.
Okay, I promise not to give them any mushrooms. I just want to make
Okay,
sure they don't hurt themselves.
okay.
Also, I had a dream last night that I made a giant mushroom that you can jump on, and it's like a bed.
I imagine that now. Yes, jumping mushrooms might be some.
He
All right.
goes to a makeshift, sort of like pillowed corner of the room of the basement, and you see him circle the pillows twice before bidding down.
Yes, like a cat.
Okay, good night.
Good night, and I head back to my desk and finish my syrup.
Okay.
And that's how I level up. Wahoo!
Whoa. Okay, next is I think Morgana. Do you have anything before we go back to Valerius and his dangerous
I
relationship right now?
I assume I will be staying with my children.
Uh huh.
Yana needs to brief the
So
staff.
I just
Is
go
this
there and be
how
like, okay,
cupboards work?
okay, I guess
Blah
we
blah.
had a long day. Like everybody just shower up, you know. Sleep. When anybody wants hot chocolate, get hot chocolate. Anybody wants hot milk, get hot milk. And after that, just everybody go to bed. And
Half
then
of the
I
children.
proceed to help, like get them in bed as well because it's been a while.
Okay. I need you to make me a persuasion check with advantage because half the kids are already asleep. The other half doesn't want to sleep. This is the latest they've been up, and they are excited. Also, there's a cupboard that can give them gummy bears.
Oh, I want that cover.
Oh, you got natural.
Advantage.
Yep, natural 20.
Eh,
You managed to put them to bed. How did you do this? Like, what is your magic?
um, a stern voice, but a kind face.
Confusion, but it works. You march them into the room, and you've picked the biggest house with many rooms. And some of the rooms have double decker beds. The older one will sleep above, the younger ones will sleep below for safety reasons. You know for a fact that when you're not looking, they'll turn into tiny little monkeys and jump around. But it's fine because you have Min and the other two stuff. They're good with kids. Min clears her throat and looks at you and gives you a cup of tea. Miss Waters, we're
Yeah?
gonna be here a while. I'm pretty good with children's activities, but what if they got used to this place? I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot more than they have had in the orphanage. And then she points to the cupboard. She's like, that makes food and drink.
Are we facing trouble with food and drink at the orphanage?
We're not. It's just the availability of it.
Okay, if you like, we can set some rules about the cupboard.
She nods.
Do
I think
that.
she takes out a notepad and a pencil and she starts writing down lists. Maybe we should sit down and talk about rules and regulations in the space. And, you know, I have some ideas for things for the kids to do. I'm sure we can forage. There seems to be some kind of forest area behind here, which seems like fun.
Did you want to call the other two?
Uh, they are behind her. They're just
Uh,
listening to her.
good.
Like she's the second boss. You are the main boss.
Okay. Yeah, we can set something up. I don't know how long we'll be here. I think until whatever needs to be done is done. But in the meantime, I expect you all to proceed like normal. Let's not let the boys and the little girls get too wild.
She
If you like
nods.
some like books, I can arrange for some. Or what do you reckon?
One of the girls behind puts her hand up and she goes, Miss Waters, perhaps now would be a good idea to introduce a schooling style of pedagogy. Some of these children, although they've had some form of education, I don't believe the education in the slums is that good. They've come back with very dubious ideologies that I kind of want to stamp out.
Not okay. I think we can go into more details with Min, and I think we can work something out over there.
She nods. Maybe some books about mathematics, basic
Yes.
mathematics, science. And then the other girl pops up and says, I was thinking, since Min said something about the forest at the back, we could do forest walks. We can have the children identify small creatures, plants, flowers. It'd be good for their education.
Does Morgana know whether the outside is safe?
You know for a fact that it is very, very safe. Like there's no like big bad creatures here. This place is created for you.
Okay.
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh no. 25.
This place is sort of like an overdone Mordekainen's mansion.
Mordekainen's mentioned.
Like everything here was designed for your group's occupancy.
Oh.
Specifically your group.
Okay. So okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't we set up like a schedule, a timetable? We get the kids doing math on Mondays. Then maybe Wednesdays and Fridays they can go walk around the park, the forest, have some show and tell or whatever whatsoever. Give them a little bit of routine. We don't want them to lose all sense of time as well. At the same time, maybe teach them about time.
That's an idea. The girl with the higher pitch voice puts up her hand again, and she's like, "Also, I didn't miss the people who seem kind of scrappy. Maybe they could teach the kids how to avoid getting punched. Seems like fun. Some physical activity."
I don't condone punching in the orphanage, so I don't think there should be any need to avoid punching.
And she shrugs.
Unless you're telling me that some of them have been punching.
I mean, they're going to grow up and they're going to be in the slums. We hope not. We hope they grow up to be people who can find better jobs outside the slums, but I imagine some form of physical exercise and training would be good, kind of. You can see the furtiveness in her face. Like she started strong, now she is doubting herself.
Okay, I'll speak with Gunlag, see whether she's okay with that. Maybe we get them to mingle around a little bit, toughen the kids up a bit, if that's what you're worried about.
She nods. Oh, anyway, if you look tired, I think we'll get out of your hair. We'll come up with a pedagogy and pass it down to you in the morning for your approval. And then Min goes, "Yes, we'll definitely do that."
All right, so now you guys too have a shower. Take whatever you want to eat. You know how to use the cupboards, right?
She nods. All of them nod.
Yep.
We're
All right.
mostly also worried about the other people who are living here and going to be with us for the next 4 days to a week. I think it would be good to get to know them. Yes, I think so too. I think that would be a good idea personally, if Miss Waters allows.
Yes, sure. Everybody here is, at least everybody here has a good heart. So I think we can, you can mingle around as much as you like. If you have any problems in between, come find me immediately. I'll see you
All three
tomorrow.
of them nod and leave you to your work. They have their own separate rooms and they're very delighted. Like, oh, separate rooms.
And I also go to bed and full rest.
Full rest. What are you doing with your extra 4 hours?
I actually haven't finished scribing,
Okay.
It was a long hiatus, and I intend to finish it.
Okay. You have
Oh,
technically a
but I
lot of time.
do make, like, when I take a rest, I go around. After once I wake up, I go through, like, the kids' room, make sure whoever's, like, untucked, tuck them back in. Anybody who's wide awake, see what's happening. There's none, and then I start scribing again for next maybe 3 hours ish.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move to Valerius. Valerius, you see your future wife sitting. She's not uncomfortable, but emotionally, she looks like she has a lot to come to terms with. And she hasn't looked at you nor spoken to you since you left her in the coach.
Well, first things first, I'm going to walk past her and with a brief, I'll be right back. Head in and find Master Unkyo to distribute out the ankle things. Then come back out to the porch and sit down next to her.
Okay. She is quiet.
Well, before we actually talk about personal things, matter of security, my boss wants you to wear this and hands her the thing. I forgot what's this called for a minute.
The anklet.
The anklet.
She takes it from you, not even putting up any sort of a fight, slips it on, and you see the anklet shrink around her dainty ankles.
And I'll look back to her as like, well, I do have one other thing for you to put on. That's only if you want to, though. And he rummages in his pocket for the ring and presents it to her.
She takes it from you and she does put it on.
I'm always going to be next to you. No matter what happens after this, I'll be there for you. Just give me a holler.
You hear her give out the longest sigh. You question the sigh as to when is she going to run out of breath. It's that kind of sigh.
I'm like, oh god, this is going to be a long one.
And then she puts her head daintily on your shoulder. And what you hear from her
Wait,
is a very...
before you continue, I need to clarify. Am I sitting on the right and she's sitting on the left?
up to you.
Okay, I scream in pain.
She shook.
And it's like, let's switch seats, huh? Switch seats.
She remembers that it is the side that you cut yourself.
Yep.
And then she looks at the scars and she's like, this scarred.
Valerius looks down. Yeah,
But you had it healed.
I did. I'm not going to associate myself with Rikers anymore.
She nods. She doesn't put her head on your shoulder on the other side this time,
Mhm.
but she does put a hand on yours.
Wherever our next step is, I'll be glad knowing that I'll be walking it together with you.
Here's the thing. You'll be gone long before I'll be gone.
I've also come to terms with that, yes.
I haven't. The thought of it hurts me all the time. I don't want to think about it.
Valerius nods because he can't really say anything right now.
This was going to tide me over. It's going to give me something to hold on to, something to work towards in
What?
your passing.
What were you working on? What? He stops for himself for a moment. It's like, do you still want to tell me? I did see you shred those papers.
She shakes her head.
Right. Well, I promised you some answers, and I got some time to spare if you don't mind me working while telling it to you.
Do you have to work?
Well, I can't exactly go into battle without armor now, can I? And Valerius gives her a small, tired smile.
I'm gonna sit here.
All right, I guess I can wait for a bit then. Then Valerius starts telling her about how he's being employed by the House of Zaraha to track down a certain noble family. Because he
Make
doesn't.
a deception check.
Valerius is not gonna even. He's gonna lie, but he's going to make it obvious that he's lying. And that at some
Okay.
point he will mention that this is what I can say without bringing more trouble to you.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, because you're obviously like, this is my lying voice.
18.
Okay. Very good. She nods as she listens to you. She doesn't really say anything to add on. When you first said Zaraha, she was mildly shocked, and then she heard your tone. She's like, this bitch lying.
At some point though, he finishes the explanation, he's like, some of what I said wasn't actually lying. But, I can't exactly tell you which parts are and which parts aren't quite yet.
I'm not going to press you on anything. We're here now. It's not like I can leave this place. And then she sticks her ankleted foot out as it glints in the moonlight.
We'll be leaving soon, don't worry. I'll take care of whatever's whoever's painted the target on our back, and we'll lead a normal life.
She is silent. She looks at you. You see sort of like a face that is worried, but also resigned. You finally see a sense of sadness wash over her that you hadn't seen the whole day today.
Yeah, I was really concerned about that, to be honest.
Do you want to make an insight check? Is that something you want to do?
Well, I do need to gauge, like, what's her general mental state right now, so sure.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Shit, as usual.
No, nothing for you. She's
That's me,
fine.
no.
She's just sad because she threw away the papers.
I feel like even Valeria should know that's complete bullshit.
It's your 8, man. Take it or leave it.
I know. Valeria's size is like, well, this place has some pretty interesting magic, and he starts going about, oh, the little cabinet that you open and you get food from it. You should go check it out. I think this goes without saying, but don't tell Masu and Kyok or the kids anything I told you. I've actually said a bit too much when I told you all of that.
She nods. She goes, I'll let you tell them what you need to tell them.
Oh, as far as they're concerned, they're on a road trip, so let's just stick with that. Yeah.
He's
I
very
don't know
good at
where.
that.
Sorry.
He's very good at that, Master
Mhm.
Okyong. I don't know how he does it.
Believe me, I'm
Tenured
questioning
and doesn't
myself
give
either.
a care about anything in the world.
Well, as much as I want to sit down here and chat with you, I really gotta go. I'll quickly stand up and give a kiss to her forehead and start pulling out the old armor that I had from the first session to start tweaking it to look something different than Riker's tech.
As you walk off, make me a perception check.
Okay, something I'm actually good at. Don't fail me now. Thank you.
As you walk off, you see her lift up her hand to reach for you, but
I'll stop.
retract it.
I'll
and
stop.
then
If
look
I
away.
see it, I'll stop.
She sees you turn, but she sort of looks away as if this is futile. There's no point.
I'll give a small sigh as I notice her retract the hand, and I'll tell her earnestly, like, I'll be back. Things will return to normal. I promise. And Valerius moves off to start tinkering with his armor.
Okay.
I am going to put picture of what Valerius is going to look like next time. This is what Valerius shall look like now. He's going to look very feudal, but will still have all things. He still has night vision and everything.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in the future, Val. Blech.
I hate it.
I also. You look like a turtle.
I know, I'm very much aware.
You look like a dum-dum.
What do you mean I look like a dum-dum?
You
How
look
dare
ugly.
you? I grinded so many hours for this armor in Monster Hunter.
Well, it's ugly. I'm kidding.
Oh, shut
Anyway, good on you for grinding on Monster Hunter.
Thank you.
All of you, I assume, take a rest. Nothing happens in the night. You are also comforted by the fact that everybody you know and care about, most of all, is safe and warm and will not want for anything for the rest of the week. You wake up to a new day. The burdens that you hold is not in any way diminished. There is still a lot to talk about. You feel a buzz on your necklace that signals Ethis wants to speak with you.
To the meeting room.
The meeting room. I shall attend the meeting with new armor.
I make sure Normandy has met some people and is not lost.
I kiss my mom's forehead as she sleeps on the couch. Definitely.
All of you reach Ethys's room. Her door is open, waiting for you. She has a cup of coffee on the table, and there are a few pieces of paper with sigils. I need anybody with a passive perception of higher than 16 to make me a perception check.
Perception.
Not
Ha.
me.
25.
18.
Y'all got
Okay. Both of you recognize that this is important. Oh, and Morgana definitely. You see the
Oh.
sigil and you're like,
Morgana,
that-
especially.
that is that's the house mark for the Zarahas. This looks legit.
Hmm.
You hear a voice of Ethis going, you know, you can come into the room, right? And close the door behind you. Congratulations
Haven't
on
we
your
done that
families.
already?
No, this was seen from outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Steps in.
Wendigo
closed door.
walks in and stands there.
Anyway, congratulations on successfully bringing your people here with no casualties.
thumbs up.
Yep.
I have some papers for all of you to sign. It's mostly for your safety. You won't be keeping this. It's just so that I have some proof that you're working for me under the Zarahas and not this place. She hands the papers to you. Looks legit
we are.
AF.
Huh.
How legit does it look?
Like it's an official Zaraha themed.
It's a very powerful
Stationary.
cover story.
Indeed. If you read through it, essentially, you came to her a month ago with notes and information about Bluebird, and now we're in the rabbit hole.
All
Mm.
That's the
technically
gist of it.
true.
All
Yep.
technically true, and there is no lie, only
Unforged forged documents.
exactly. Just sign your names on the pieces of paper. I'll have it worked so that it looks old.
Signs of paper.
Valerius
And
pulls out a tablet.
that is where we're gonna stop for this week.
Okay.
Thank you,
Oh, man.
everybody, for playing.
Thank you for
Okay.
hosting.
Wendigo
Ready
will
for
put a
mission.
little paw print there and bite a portion.
What?
That is the signature. You get
That
the
is the
teeth
signature.
marks. You have the dental records. Unfalsifiable.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you next week, where our heroes are going to go out again and leave their families again.
Nishon
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.